The letter from the Christians in Rome to their fellow believers in Corinth, known as 1 Clement, is one of the earliest extant Christian documents outside the New Testament. Written in Rome around the time when John was composing the book of Revelation on the island of Patmos, it reveals something of both the circumstances and the attitudes of the Roman Christians, circumstances and attitudes that differ dramatically from those of their Christian sisters and brothers in Asia Minor to whom Revelation was addressed. Whereas in Revelation, Rome is presented as the great harlot whose attacks upon the church must be resisted to the point of death if necessary, in 1 Clement one finds a much more positive view of the Roman government and the elements of peace, harmony, and order that are so important to the author or authors of this letter reflect some of the fundamental values of Roman society. Thus, it provides important evidence of the diverse and creative ways in which Christians sought to come to terms with the Greco-Roman culture and society within which the Church was so rapidly expanding. Occasion. The same kind of facetiousness that Paul had earlier encountered in Corinth apparently flared up once again in that congregation near the end of the first century. It appears that some of the younger men in the congregation had provoked a revolt. This is the Roman point of view. The younger Corinthians no doubt defended their actions in more positive terms, and succeeded in deposing the established leadership of the church. When news of this turn of events reached Rome, leaders of the Roman congregation were sufficiently distressed by this breach of proper conduct and order and the consequent damage to the reputation of the Corinthian congregation that they wrote this long letter and even dispatched mediators in an effort to restore peace and order to the Corinthian congregation. Due to restrictions imposed by the genre, details regarding the exact cause or motivation are not clear. For this reason, all suggestions about the real point of the dispute, for example, that it was a struggle between spirit and order, or between orthodoxy and heresy, or was about financial issues, or involved a conflict between house churches, must remain hypotheses. Authorship. The unity of style suggests that the letter is the work of a single author. While the letter, which was sent on behalf of the whole church, does not name its writer, well-attested ancient tradition and most manuscripts identify it as the work of Clement, whose precise identity, however, is not clear. Tradition identifies him as the third bishop of Rome after Peter, but this is unlikely because the office of monarchical bishop, in the sense intended by this later tradition, does not appear to have existed in Rome at this time. Leadership seems to have been entrusted to a group of presbyters or bishops. The two appear to be synonymous in 1 Clement, among whom Clement almost certainly was a, if not the, leading figure.